Well, we just showed you a very pretty picture at Topaz Lake. Not such a pretty picture on the highway there. A mudslide has blocked Highway 395 overnight. Carson Bush-Jost is in southern Douglas County, Topaz Lake, with more on what's going on. It sounds like a mess, Carson.
Hey, Bill, it absolutely is a mess right here, right now. INDOT working diligently to try to get 395 cleared, but it is still shut down from State Route 208 all the way down to State Line at California. And right now we're at where one of the washouts are. Our Sky Vision drone team here checking it out. But as you can see, this washout here on the western slope of Highway 395, we have the rocks washed out, we have trees washed out, we have bushes washed out, and this is partially because of the slinkered fire that occurred last September of 2017. It is up there, the rain getting on those mountains, coming down, not much vegetation to soak up that rain, getting the mud flowing over onto the highway. And INDOT spokesperson just told me, they just texted me that they were working on about 3 to 5 feet of mud here on 395 in the Topaz Lake area. Looking at the highway right now, I'd say a couple of inches are on the highway right now, still closed off. Still a lot of plows going back and forth trying to get this resolved, but the Topaz Lodge just across the street from us right here, it still has multiple inches of mud right there. One of the white sedans over there just stuck in a thick goop of mud. The first floor of that place is actually closed off because there was mud and water, but the Topaz Lodge, it is still open. Still a messy situation up here. The INDOT spokesperson, she just texted me saying that they're going to try to get an ETA to me as soon as they can when they find out when this possibly might open back up. But she also says that weather playing a huge factor here, that it could rain again sometime soon, as Steve was alluding to. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here as 395 still shut down in the Topaz Lake area. Live from southern Douglas County, Carson Bush-Jost, News 4.
All right, thank you, Sanaz. Highway 395 is shut down in southern Douglas due to mudslides from heavy rainfall. We've got Carson Bush-Jost, who's live near Topaz Lake with what we know so far. Carson, what are you seeing out there this morning?
Hey, good morning, Maddie. It is a cloudy day over here at the Topaz Lake area. Right now, 395, it is shut down completely from State Route 208 all the way down to the state line. We have our Sky Vision drone flying over this portion right here. As you can see, it is covered in mud. Now, earlier last night, this was covered in about 3 to 5 feet of mud. Yes, 3 to 5 feet. INDOT had 15 plus crews working this about 100-yard stretch here near the Topaz Lodge Casino on Highway 395. Now this roadway, well, it's still got a little bit of mud on it, but it's doing dramatically better than it was before, but still a little bit of goop on there. Now we're flying up the canyon right now where one of the washouts occurred. As you can see, a lot of trees, bushes, rocks cleared out from a slinker. You remember the slinkered fire? It happened last September of 2017 up there on those mountains. The rain going there, not getting collected up there, washing down through a little crevice here, going all over the road with this mud that it collected. Really just a dramatic scene up here right now. And as I had mentioned, INDOT, they've been working on this tirelessly all night. We still don't have an ETA of when this road is going to open back up, but when we find out, we'll have that latest update coming back to you guys as soon as possible. Bill, Melissa?
Carson, let me ask you this. What are the contributing factors to get the road back open?
Bill, so yeah, there's not much mud on the highway right now, but INDOT says the biggest concern is the weather. They think that it could be raining later on, so they'll probably keep it shut down if it continues to rain or starts to rain here in the area. Not really the mud that's the factor, but the weather. Guys, back to you.
A mudslide has blocked portions of Highway 395 near Topaz Lake in southern Douglas County. Carson Bush-Jost joins us now live at the scene with the latest. Carson, it's a mess out there, right?
Maddie, yes, it is still a mess as Highway 395 still shut down. We're in about hour number 10 to 11 here of this highway being shut down. It's shut down from State Route 208 all the way down to State Line. People trying to go south, they are getting diverted at State Route 208. Now we have our Sky Vision drone here flying actually one of the runoffs of where this mudslide occurred. Now there's been multiple runoffs in this about 100-yard area right by Topaz Lodge at the Topaz Lake 395 intersection right here. The runoffs here, we have plenty of trees knocked over, brush knocked over, and starts up in these mountains here on the western slope where the rain was falling down last night. That's where the mudslide occurred, because last September we had the Slinkard fire up there. A lot of vegetation burnt, not much to hold that water back, so it's coming down, accumulated with the mud, the water going onto the highway. And now, right now, Highway 395, it's doing pretty well. Actually, not that much mud on the roadway right now, but this road, it is still shut down. Last night they had about 3 to 5 feet of mud on this 395 intersection right here. Yes, 3 to 5 feet, but NDOT, they had 15 plus crews here making sure that they get this off as quickly as possible. Now, we don't know exactly when 395 is going to be back opened up, but as soon as it does, well, we'll have it for you right here on Fox 11. Maddie?
All right, thank you for that, Spence. Well, Highway 395 still shut down in southern Douglas County due to a pretty major mudslide. Carson Bush-Jones joins us now live. He is near Topaz Lake with the situation currently. Are they making any headway? Big question is, Carson, how long is the highway going to be shut down?
Well, Bill, they've made a lot of headway, but the highway is still shut down, and it seems like it's going to be shut down for a considerable time still. Now, it's shut down from State Route 208 all the way down to State Line here. We're over by the Topaz Lodge hanging out with the Sky Vision drone team. They have some incredible shots here just of the washout, the runoff from one of these mudslides that came across the highway. But the highway, it's doing a heck of a lot better than it was last night, because right now there's just about a thin layer on the roadway right now, and really nothing of concern. You compare that to last night where there's about 3 to 5 feet of mud on this roadway. But NDOT, they have been working for hours overnight to try and get this road open. They've had 15 plus crews here working overnight, but there is a chance for rain still. So NDOT, they don't want to open this back up if there's going to be more rain, because there could be more chances for mudslides. And you see the Topaz Lodge over there just across the street of 395, that white car lodged in there. There's about 6 to 12 inches of mud still over there. They actually had to evacuate that first floor because there was mud and water going into there. And we actually talked to a California truck driver who stayed at the Topaz Lodge last night and had to hear what he had to say about the wall of mud coming down.
I was sitting in my driver's seat, and I looked in my rearview mirror and just saw this big old tidal wave of mud and trees coming at us from behind the truck.
Oh my God! And
it was pretty scary.
I was gonna say, how scary is that coming at you?
This
mud.
It was scary. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if it was going to push us down the hill or what. I just kind of stood there with my brakes on and said, "Well, I hope the best."
So most of the mud has been cleared off of the highway. It's just a matter of whether or not it is going to rain. So we'll keep you updated on our website, mynews4.com, foxreno.com, and hopefully NDOT will be opening this up sooner rather than later. Live from Topaz Lake, Carson Bush-Jones, Fox 11.